My BF and I have been together almost 1.5 years. This is the best relationship I've ever been in. He's a great person and we have no issues, except for his brother's fiancée. When I first met her, I really wanted for us to be great friends, but that hasn't been the case. Literally the first time I met her, she was wearing a romper, came out of the bathroom, specifically went to my BF to zip her up, butt to neck. I thought it was odd but we just met so I didn't trip on it. Before I'd met her, he described her as his relationship advisor and that he told her about me and how excited he was about our relationship. But each time I've seen her, almost weekly in the 1.5 years, she's made me uncomfortable. She'll pull him away to talk one-on-one. She touches him regularly, has little inside jokes so I just sit there like an idiot, makes silly voices to him, makes weird double entendres jokes to him. Sometimes she'll be super nice to me and sometimes she just straight ignores me. I never know which version I'll get, so I always act super friendly, but it's exhausting. One of the last times I saw her, she was being friendly, but did take the opportunity to say, before you and 20 started dating, we talked every day about all kinds of things. We were best friends. Now we don't talk as much anymore. In the beginning, he seemed oblivious to how inappropriate she acts towards him. I've pointed it out several times and gotten to the point where I told him if he doesn't shut down her weird touching, I'm either walking away or leaving because I'm uncomfortable. Issues with her have literally been our only relationship drama the entire time. We have never fought about anything else. Since making him aware, a lot of times when she starts touching him randomly or trying to pull him away, he'll resist, go somewhere else, whatever the case may be. But we seem to have an argument after each time we see each other. Yesterday, she and the brother received an invite from a mutual friend to see some live music. She was mostly fine, friendly etc. but she chose the seat beside him, so I had to sit a couple friends away from him, and was wiping his face, touching his face where he missed a spot shaving, weird stuff like that. At one point I just walked away and chatted with mutual friends. After we left, I expressed to my BF that I feel I can't talk to him about my concerns with her because he gets so frustrated and says she's always been that way, they've known each other for 5 years, she'll be his sister soon, whatever. He's doing his best to keep her in check but she does seem to come out of nowhere with her touching, and her snide comments to me that maybe only another woman could understand the rudeness behind. It turned into a loud fight, the likes of which we've never had. He's super apologetic today, he made a hurtful comment in the heat of the moment and I'm sure I did too out of pure frustration with this situation. Though I don't like her, knowing that we'll both, hopefully, be part of the family soon, I know we need to sort out these issues. How do we go about doing this? I've thought about going out for drinks with her and explaining my situation so she can't play dumb to how she makes me uncomfortable. He thinks he should talk to her solo, but that feels like I can't handle my own issues and would create more weirdness between the two of us. I absolutely love and want to marry him and really want this to resolve so our relationship can continue to flourish. ETA, my last relationship before this one was awful, cheated on, verbal and physically abused. I'm incredibly grateful to have the good man I have now. It took me a lot of work to get to where I am emotionally, to be able to trust, control my anger and arguments etc. just because of the last one that was so awful and changed my personality. I don't want to see bits of the old me anymore, but I see little bits when we argue about her and I hate that. She was mostly fine, friendly etc. but she chose the seat beside him, so I had to sit a couple friends away from him. Oop, thank you for your response. Sometimes I get so annoyed with myself like why am I making this an issue? But none of his close friends' wives or GFs act this way towards him. And I also can't imagine he'd feel great if I was acting this way towards another guy. I haven't talked to the Bill about this. He can be nice, but is very work and himself focused. Honestly I get vibes from her like she feels she picked the wrong brother and regrets it. I'm not trying to shame her or cause more of a scene that I already seem to do when I walk away in a huff, she's noticed it. But yeah, I agree that he needs to shut her down more than he's been doing or this will continue. Update 1. My BF's, maybe, soon-to-be sister-in-law has always exhibited inappropriate behavior towards him, super touchy, possessive, raunchy jokes, tries to shut me out. My BF sent her a text saying it made him uncomfortable, requesting she reel it in, and hoping they can continue to have a good relationship. His brother, 30M, got involved, screamed at my BF, said hurtful things, very dramatic. That was it for a week. Now for the updated craziness. Friday evening I went to a female family gathering. Future Sil was there. She avoided me the entire time. I want nothing more than to get past this and move on, but was sort of following her lead and left her alone. She texted asking if we could talk. I said sure. She said my BF told his brother I wrote the text, he never said that. She clearly didn't believe me and kept trying to find ways to prove that I wrote it. That I said no more family gatherings and we don't want to go to their wedding because I hate her. That I'll hate any future child they have because it came out of her. I was absolutely shocked because I never said any of this, and I know my BF never said any of these things either. So his brother is making up these cruel lies for some unknown reason? She said how awful their family is and all she wanted was to make me feel included and now I've stabbed her in the back. She demanded an apology. I refused and told her to have a good night and left. Sunday, we go to the parents' house for dinner. All of us were there. Things were fairly standoffish. At one point I was inside with future Sil and the dad, making light small talk. Their mom grabs me and future Sil to speak in a back room. She's a few drinks in, gets all teary-eyed that her boys are in turmoil. Basically saying I'm the root of all the issues, so I need to get over it because she's not having her family torn apart. My BF loves both of us equally, and I need to deal with that because they've known each other 5 years, far longer than we've been together, 1.5 years. I can't come in and try to dissolve all female relationships in his life. She left and future Sil and I were talking calmly and I was expressing there clearly was miscommunication between the boys that seems to be ramping this up. She agreed. Then we hear screaming from the living room, glass breaking, so we go out there and that's when all the real drama started. The brother kept pointing at me with like a legit murderous look in his eyes, calling me a manipulative bee and a psychotic bully, all kinds of things. It was a screaming match, everyone telling each other to fuck off, and his mom is like, well, you started all of this and now you have nothing to say? Defend yourself. His brother is like, she's playing a game. She manipulated my brother away from the family, so she's sitting there all pleased with herself, the thing dumb bee. The mom was trying and failing to moderate this because the brother kept screaming. He was telling her to go F herself, saying any awful thing he could think of about me. He came incredibly close to my face, I'd if he did to hit me or intimidate me. My BF pushed him away and yelled at him. The brother kept making these moves like he was going to run at me. Future Sil kept holding him back or telling him to take a walk. He was furious. Their mom kept saying I need to grow up and deal with my insecurities, kept saying that over and over. At one point I asked her to stop calling me insecure and she said it was the first time I'd defended myself and now she respects me a little bit because I stood up for myself. This went on for 2 hours and because I don't deal with issues by screaming and name calling, I was frozen. My BF was saying a lot to try to defend me, that they were his concerns and didn't come out of thin air, which riled everyone up more. It was absolute chaotic madness that I've never been a part of before. At the end, their mom tried to laugh off the entire thing. I was in total shock because I've tried so hard to be kind and respectful to the fam and always had a great relationship, especially with their mom, so I was taken aback. My BF spoke to his mom the next day, cancelled all future plans with the fam, saying I was attacked. It was uncalled for. He was furious. His brother has legit issues and the mom makes excuse after excuse for his absolutely terrifying behavior. I seriously don't feel comfortable even being near his brother again. He sounds so close to really losing it and I'm actually concerned for my safety at this point. I thank God my BF has the complete opposite personality. But I have no clue how to move forward from this. As much as I'd never want to see the brother again, I know that's not possible. I'd be willing to speak to him if he could act more normal and calm, but I don't even know if he's capable of that. Help oop, thank you. That's how I feel too. There are sibling relationships and romantic and the lines should not blur. The fact that everyone is blind to it and making me feel like I'm crazy is unsettling. Unfortunate timing, today is my B-day. His mom dropped off a card and present for me. No interest in the present, almost feels like an attempt to buy me off so to speak, but I opened the card out of curiosity. We hope to have better memories with you in the future. This is after spending nearly every weekend and holiday at their home, missing out on time with my own family, doing my best to forge the best relationship possible I can with his parents. What a kick in the nuts. Oop, the enabling is kind of insane. He showed me the text conversation with her where he repeatedly said there's something wrong with his brother. He's always acted this way, but it seems like it's coming to a head and he needs help before something serious happens. My BF said if he said a quarter of the things the brother said to me, his brother would physically try to attack him. Brother is in a professional medically adjacent field, so very risky for him to act so unhinged with his license on the line. The mom was like he was just defending the woman he loves. He always feels strongly. Oh, you'd never say those things too, future Sil, you love her. Everyone needs to simmer down and give sincere apologies to each other. If my son talked to a woman like that, he'd be backhanded into next week. She's an old school country girl, so it shocks me that she allows this and excuses it. When all the yelling was happening, it became apparent that both future Sil and brother had lied to each other about a lot of the details, probably a mix of them both contributing to the lies about what I allegedly said or did, which looking back on it now is almost laughable. I've gotten very close with the rest of the family over the course of our relationship, including a handful of female cousins. Guess I didn't try to dissolve those relationships, who basically acknowledged brother has always been a massive issue. The rest of the family avoids the couple because they're rude, mean, he's condescending towards women, etc.